Yeah. Welcome to the Potent Podcast, episode 2. My name is Jay, and I'm here with Trills.
Yes,
Trills, what up, man?
sir. What's good, bro?
What's up with you, bro?
Man, chilling. Been a crazy week, man. Shit just keep popping off every week.
Yeah, man, this week been a crazy year.
Word. Facts.
So, we're gonna try. We're trying to get through things, and we're trying to figure out what works for everything as well, too. As far as like show format and stuff. So, kind of bear with us as long as it's gonna be a little bit clunky while we try some new stuff out. So, I decided to try something a little bit different this time. So, since you are the alcohol aficionado of us two, you
Okay.
know, because the stuff that I drink is very basic. Uh, um, so what I was thinking is that we could set this off by having a shot. Now I don't carry various liquors, spirits as you
Yeah.
do. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm just gonna stick to vodka today. But you can, I'm sure you poured up some 1948, like gin.
Yeah.
Yeah, something. I
Well,
know how
sound
you
a
are.
little light.
Mhm. So what do you got?
So I got this gin right now. I won't really plug the brand, but this is the bottle right here.
And that's kind of what I was gonna talk to you about too. Is these people got to cut the check. You know what I mean? Before we can. You know what I mean? If you, I mean, well, you can't see. For the people that are listening, audio, you can't see. Right next to me though, like it's plain glasses. Like I'm not doing
Yeah.
branding. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? People who know me and people who know who hang out with me and really talk with me on the outside know what this glass is right here. They know what this is
Right.
itself, but I'm not gonna explain that. What if you know, you know, pretty much.
Right.
Let's put it
Right.
like that. So let's take this shot real quick.
And I'm taking mine straight from the bottle because
Of course you
he,
are.
as Jay told me to get a glass, and when he told me to get a glass, I was already hitting the button for the call and shit. So,
All right. Well, I mean, whatever works. So one, two, three. Woo.
ah,
All right. So speaking of this being the longest year ever,
yeah,
um, what have you been doing to keep yourself busy? I mean, and for those of you that don't know, Trills is not only an artist, he's an artist that actually paints. Like, so he's not only a recording artist, he actually paints. And the reason that I'm saying it is because I know you. You're gonna be the type that's just gonna let that fall by the wayside and not say anything about it when you should be talking about it. So like, tell me some of the things that you've been doing because like you're still employed, right? You're still working as well too.
yeah, man. I got lucky enough to work from home, going into the office like once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks, but still working remotely. But yeah, it's still gotta find something to do in between that time.
Right. I mean, see, and that's the thing is like, what I found out because I just recently was furloughed from my job. It makes sense. I'm not gonna talk about my employer or anything like that, but it definitely makes sense. Considering, what's going on. So like I had, for a little while was working from home. God, I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like working from home at all.
right.
Too much temptation to go lay down, put the laptop down, put something on real quick. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
my day was already like lined up like with things to do. Get up, take my daughter to daycare, go to work, come back and then pick her up, then and take care of her. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the day was jam packed. Now idle time is the devil. It's sort of why I started this really is because I'm going crazy right now. But yeah, like tell me some of the stuff that you've been doing in between besides work.
Um, I've been besides writing music because it's insane how like much music I've written in this time,
That's
which
crazy.
I'm very grateful for that. But then you hit the block and it's like uh I haven't even been going out and doing anything. I haven't been chilling with anybody. Um, a lot of my inspiration to write, which is weird, but it comes from just going to restaurants, and I haven't been able to do that. So I eventually hit the wall with writing. So I did start painting more. Um, and then I just jumped into like kind of like trying to my hand at writing some scripts and stuff. So that's, I mean, So it might be ass, but it's working some brain that's just idling.
No, and I understand that too. It's just that's how I feel too. Like I had so much, like I always felt like I never had time to create on my passions and my side hustles and things like that, which is now, sports writing and now this, and even when I was making music as well too, like I never felt like I had enough time ever. And then you're given all this time and you don't react the same way. Like it's weird, you know what I mean? Like it's tough because I have to, basically like my day consists of like taking care of my daughter, trying to entertain her, watching cartoons, watching Spider-Verse for the 300th time in a row, you know what I mean? Like all those things. Which actually the coolest thing that's happened in this quarantine, I swear. Besides the fact that I'm able to, at least, be furloughed and still take care of my, my business and my family and everything. But so, speaking of Spider-Verse, the guy who played Peter B. Parker, Jake Johnson, he's been in New Girl and a few other things. I'm not all the way certain. In an effort to, keep kids home and stuff like that, he put up an Instagram post saying, if you want, I'll send you a personalized voice note, for you, for your kid to let them know that, thank you. And this is so, whatever. I send the email, because my daughter loves this movie. You know what I mean? Like loves it. Like we're at a point in our lives right now, me and her, is that almost everything that I like, she likes. She's into Simpsons, she's into Spider-Man, all that, all these things. So we sent the email saying, we love the movie, we've seen it a million times. I love that movie. That's like one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, if not the best one at this point. It can be argued. So I want to say it was, one of those sleepless nights. I want to say 3-4 nights ago, like where you take a look at your phone real quick and you look, you're tossing and turning, and I look and I had sent the email about it like a month and a half ago, or like a month ago. I want to say like when this all started, really. I can't say a month and a half ago. Who the hell knows what time it is or what day it is? But he sent it back. He sent it back like it was a personalized note from him, and he's like, hey, and I play it for my daughter all the time. She asked me to play it like on repeat or whatever. So that's like the coolest thing that's happened this entire time. I was through the roof when I got that. Like it's obviously the same note that he's sending everyone else, but at the same time they sent like a personalized like message in the email, like for my daughter, hi Averly, heard you like the movie, we're all thinking about you, and then boom, the like a minute voice note. It's so cool. That's like the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. But as far as like quarantine goes, it's like it's that taking care of her, and I've gotten back into sports writing, and looking into NFL draft people and stuff like that. That's like outside of this, but like you said, just more keeping the mind nimble, man. Like I can't sit here and not do anything. There's only so many times that you could play the same PlayStation game. There's only so many times that you know what I mean? Like but I wanted to ask you this because I used to be able to relate to this type of stuff. When you find that you write music and you have it and you can't immediately go and record it, do you find yourself like cooling off on the song that you've written days later, weeks later, when you go back to it, when you go to listen to it again? Like, do you feel like, you know what, I don't even really like this as much as I did when I first wrote it? Like when you have that energy and you feel like you've written that song that you really like, or a song that you really, really like, you just want to go record it. And that's when I feel like you give the best energy, is like right off the bat. Like once you're done writing the record, ideally, and this is something that we're not privy to because remember, on our scale, we were always paying per hour. So it's not like we go to the studio, say, run something, let me write it, let me go in and do it right now, which would be the preferred way because you get all that energy that you just put into this right away, right away. Like, do you feel the same way that I do? Like, is that something that comes across or?
No, that definitely happens. Like I've had so much time in between writing and recording before that I would go over the song a lot. And like by then, I mean, it's good to know it like the back of your hand, but then after a while, it's like, all right, I've been going over this a long time. And like since then I've like put the pen to this and the pen to that, and now new ideas are coming. So I kind of have been there where it's like, I don't know if I really want to, if this is move right now. So I've learned to like, in this moment, everything that I've written, I just have it written and it's tucked away and it's saved, and I'll come back to it when it's time to record it. So I'm not tired of it.
Right.
Because I get tired of it, but I keep forgetting that everyone else, it's new to everybody else. So I gotta
Correct.
remember.
No, I agree with that too. And then you know what? And I also want to clarify that that doesn't always happen. Like I'll write something, I would have written something, and then like maybe 2 months go back to it, and I'm like, you know what? This shit's still hard. I still like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's those times where I go back to it, and like you said, you rehearse it, you rehearse it, you rehearse it. You know what I mean? And like when you're rehearsing it, you get it perfect, but you didn't record it. So now it
Right.
becomes stale. And then you
Yeah.
have energy towards other records that you feel more like that are newer. I understand that 100%. That's the reason I kind of brought it up, because I was just wanted to make sure it wasn't just me when I
Yeah.
was when I was creating like that was something that would happen. I didn't want to feel like a weirdo.
Nah, not at all. That happens.
All right, cool. Well, I mean, look, honestly, lucky enough to, like you said, keep working, keep doing this, you get this extra time in the house. But the other thing that I kind of found was interesting that you said that I completely agree with is that the motivation comes from experiences. And if I'm not hanging out with people, if I'm not being inspired by life in itself, like moments, like we went out and we got a few drinks, but we had a crazy story at the end of the night that might turn into some inspiration for a song and things like that. Those things are taken away now at this point. It's hard to rap about cool shit, I feel like, right now, just because ain't nobody doing cool shit. Like even Chris Brown's ass is in the house. He's moonwalking by himself doing TikTok, but he ain't doing cool shit.
It's true, man. Like so much of artistry amongst all platforms and media is based on what we get to do in our day-to-day lives, and with that shit taken away, it's like nothing. Like, what do you create when it's all pulled away from you?
Right. And we take it for granted because all this shit is happening, but I don't want to get too deep into it or whatever. What I do want to ask you about, and because we should have kind of talked about it last time, and then we'll get into the actual hip hop stuff. Hope everybody stuck with us or whatever through this. But Tiger King, go first. You go first. I have so many things to say, and I just want to make sure. Also, by the way, what's today's date? Today is the 12th. A new Tiger King dropped today.
What?
Yes.
Come on, bro.
That's happening after this is done. After I upload it and everything, after we put it everywhere, that's it. Going right to Netflix. I already finished Ozark. I already finished all the fire, all the heat. I need this right now. There's no Curb Your Enthusiasm anymore. That's done for the season. Like, I need this right now. So go for it. So it's just crazy because, like, all right, my first thought, like, when I was watching it, it's just like, how is this shit allowed? How's any of it allowed?
Right.
Are y'all all criminals? Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
Right. So go ahead. You give me something.
Bro, I mean, I don't want this to happen, right? Because I'm protective of our communities.
Yep.
But there's never going to be a time, bro, where the like crackheads in the hood get a fucking documentary where they like fucking have a bunch of dogs that they can barely feed on like a compound somewhere, and they're getting high and shit, and everybody's like, this shit's hilarious and I love it.
Thank you, because I said this off air to someone else that, and I don't want to get too far into it because I kind of just want to keep it a joke, but you're not wrong at all with what you're saying, because I agree 100%. When white people do shit like this, it's funny.
Right.
When it's us black and brown people, oh my god, how could you watch that? It's blah 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 blah, and it's just like, yeah, you get exactly what I'm saying. Honestly, I don't want to get too far into it or whatever. That statement alone from both of us is gonna piss a bunch of people off. But god damn it, if that shit ain't right, I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. I mean, look, watch it, because I watched it. Watch it and laugh at how fucked up they are and how stupid this guy is, and the tiger's about to rip his fucking leg off, and like, that's all funny. But I mean, but to go as far as to be like, oh, I'm gonna put up this fucking GoFundMe to get him out and all, that's just
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree. I mean, your president wants to, help him out. Yo, the fact that while all this is going on, this man is commenting on Tiger King and on his own ratings is just like all you need to know on what hands we're in right now at this point. Again,
Yeah.
I don't want to make it too political or anything like that. That's just how I see it. Politics be damned. That's just not how you handle it. Democrat, Republican, anything else in between, okay? All right. Let's get to it. So before we get into the really, really big thing, which we're gonna save for the end,
Yeah.
something that happened last night that was iconic, a moment, something I'll never forget ever in my life, ever. There was a lot of new music. In the meantime, that's the other good thing I want to say about quarantine is that I get a chance to sit and listen to all these new releases and digest them the right way, and listen to people that I never thought I would be listening to. So I did find a new artist with an older sound. What does that mean? What I mean is that there's this kid that I found. His name is 22G's. He's from New York, but he's making the Brooklyn grime shit, the UK drill shit, like Pop was doing.
Right.
Same shit. No
Right.
way different. It's the same exact bag. Every single song has the same bounce. Every single song is the same.
Yeah.
Same thing that I said about Pop when he was here. Rest in peace or whatever. It's cool. You know what? Every song sounds the same. A lot of artists get condemned for that. I've shitted on artists for that. I didn't mind it with Pop. I really didn't. Somehow it just worked. I just didn't know if we saw it going album after album in the same direction if he didn't change shit up.
Right.
So this kid pretty much stepped in and is doing the same thing. The only thing that I'll say that this kid has over Pop is that he's a bit more lyrical.
Okay.
And when I say that, I don't mean anything mind blowing. I say that it's the same flows and bounces. He's just saying it in a more clever way than Pop. Okay. So, but I think that what we really wanted to talk about is really, which of the three albums that we listened to did you really, want to talk about first? Because I'll tell you which one I wanted to talk about first, but you tell me first.
I mean, let's just talk about, we should just jump in and talk about what Thundercat did, I think.
That's the album that I want to talk about first because that's the album that I'm enjoying the most right now. Also, I am a fan of Thundercat. Always have been, honestly. Experimental funk is probably the best way that I could describe the type of music that he makes.
Right.
And I also want to be clear, it's not like Thundercat don't miss. Sometimes he'll put songs out on the album that I'm just like, I can't hear this, I'm gonna skip. You know what I mean? At the same time, to me, and I've lived with the album for about it's been out since the day it came out. So what's that, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks?
About 2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks. I had a debate with myself, is this better than Drunk? Drunk has some of my favorite Thundercat songs of all time. Them Changes is his best song ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Yeah.
This is probably his best project. I feel like Drunk is a little too long. There's songs in there that I'm just like, but the highs on that album are so grand that it's just even what gets me more mad about Drunk now that I think about it, certain songs that I'm like, oh my god, this is incredible, are like a minute 15. And I'm just like, oh my god, man, and you have to run it back, so all things considered, with this album, this is my favorite Thundercat album. My only gripe, I guess, it's me nitpicking. So many of these songs that are the best songs on this album I heard a long time ago because he put them out, as singles. And oh my god, I wish that I never heard these songs when I heard the album because I would feel a different way towards
about the album.
Right. And I, one of my dearest friends who, I respect his hip hop knowledge and his taste, he doesn't listen to singles. He wants to hear the album the way you wanted to hear it. And he probably thinks more of albums than I do because I'm like, all right, I already skipped this song because I've heard it a million times. I've been bumping it. You know what I mean? But if I heard that for the first time on the album, oh my god, this album is, you know what I mean? Right. Yeah. But go ahead, tell me some of your thoughts on it.
Um, I kind of I lean exactly to where you were with it. Is that like I had heard like some of the best work from the album already, and I wish this was like how it used to be, where you could do a traditional rollout and have like these two singles, but you always knew that there was going to be something in there that slaps just as hard by the time you cop the album.
Right.
Um, but we not in that right now. So it probably is. That's probably why a lot of people are doing the spontaneous drops, because you get to hear it all at once, and that just ups the ante on the work.
Right.
I like that. Still, there's some pockets of what you expect from him, and like some pockets that still kind of sound like his work on like To Pimp a Butterfly and shit. Like that's kind of what I look for when I'm hearing Thundercat. So that is dope. Um, Black Qualls, that song is fire,
See,
bro.
but I heard that song.
I
What if I would have
know,
heard that
I
first? So
know.
look, I got it up right here. Black Qualls, Dragon Ball Durag, King of
Mhm.
the Hill, and Fair Chance all were singles.
Yeah, I
And
know.
every single time that I pressed play on the new single, I was like, holy shit, this shit is fire.
Yep, yep. So, like, as fire as Black Qualls is, it would have been nice to get these songs on the album drop instead of. But I mean, it's a really solid piece of work. I just think the rollout was kind of strange.
Right. No, it is. It is. And like I'm going through it, like I'm looking at I'm looking at it. There's songs, like I said, there's songs that, first of all, you have to understand too with Thundercat that he has a sense of humor when it comes to his music. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like if you watch the Dragon Ball Durag video, that's probably the best video of the year so far right now. And he has a way of, using musicianship, using all his skills, but also dabbling his humor on that.
Right.
And if you're just jumping into this album without having known that or known that from previous projects or listen, it might be a little bit jarring.
Mm.
Like my favorite song on the album, I swear, and again, a minute 40 is that Overseas joint.
Yeah.
Where it sounds like the air captain comes on at the end and he's
Yeah.
like there's a guy with a do rag and there's some shiny chains. He's like he's getting some sloppy toppy. Like I like that might throw somebody off that's never heard that before, but because I understand the pocket that Thundercat is in, I understand what he's doing. It made perfect sense. But again, another song that's a minute 40 and it's like, God damn it, I gotta run it back now.
Yeah.
But honestly, this is right now in 2020, whatever fucking year it is, whatever month it is, whatever day it is. Definitely one of my favorite albums of the year so far.
Yeah.
I definitely liked it. So let's get into somebody that kind of right now is hot. Not really because of his music, and it's kind of put me in a space where I didn't know that I would be, and I'm talking about Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
But before we talk about the project, I think it's important that I discuss how I felt about Tory Lanez before this whole quarantine radio thing happened. Was kind of neutral on him. Didn't hate him. Didn't love him. Hadn't really heard a whole project from him. Like I listened to the last tape actually, the one with all the R&B samples. Like he's got the T-Pain on there. I listened to that. Right. Yeah, I listened to that. I actually like that. I actually like that honestly. But now that this quarantine radio has shown people a side of him that I don't think anybody's ever seen.
Yeah.
And now he's more likable than ever. Because I, even myself, watching him, like he's funny. He looks like he's having fun, things like that. Like I feel like I slept on him as a person because I didn't know the type of person that he was really. You know what I mean? And I think in a way, this quarantine's a blessing because like you have less to work with, so now you really just have to be yourself, right?
Right.
So now I was interested to hear this tape based off of two things. One, maybe his music is really good and I haven't been listening to it. Or two, is he more likable now and now this puts him in a better space with music and you can judge it in a different way because you know the person. Like almost like Cardi, right?
Yeah.
Is Cardi this amazing artist? No. Is her fan base connected with her because they are drawn to the person that she is and how real she is and everything? Yes. Does that put her music in a different space with those people and those people that connect? Yes.
Yeah.
Those songs alone, without that social media presence and the way that she is and being love and hip hop and being so unfiltered, those songs do not hit the same.
Right.
Bottom line. So now this Tory project comes out. And I'm interested now to listen. And I'm sure that there's other people that feel like I do, where they're like, you know what, I didn't listen to this shit before, but this quarantine radio shit is pretty cool. Let me see what it's about. I walked away liking this tape, honestly, man. I really did. I really did. You know, like I just listened to it recently. Like I'm talking about hours before we did this. That was my first real good time to listen and sit right through it. Yeah. And I liked it, man. I really did, honestly. The intro kind of sounds a little bit like that Meek intro that he gave him. Oh man, I'm on a new Mercedes. That one, that one's crazy though. Like it's crazy, whatever.
I love that you said that, because after I listened to this project, I was like, yo, is Tory Toronto Meek? Like, I really feel after listening to the entire project that it's like there's parallels between him and the sound, anyway, between this and what Meek has been doing for years.
Right, and he's talking about some gangster shit on some of these songs too.
Oh yeah.
That's the other part that kind of left me interested. You know what I mean? Like, where I was like, okay, is this a left turn from what you've been doing, or you've been talking this gangster shit this whole time?
I mean, I think it has been sprinkled in his work, but I think this is probably the most. Yeah,
for sure. And this feels recorded recently. He's talking about coronavirus on here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just like you kind of added to this at the last minute, or like recording right up to the last second, which is also something that you need to consider when you know he's recent right now with a tape that he's addressing all this shit. So he's definitely working that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not the only one who thought it was good then.
No, I thought it was dope. And I really like the Dope Boys Diary joint, but I'm kind of like biased because it has sample. That Stay Alive in New York City.
The sample. Thank you. Now let's talk about it. Thank you for opening up this can of worms, okay? Because I feel like
give Memphis Bleak his motherfucking flowers, man.
Okay. This is kind of my complaint with Meek's last joint. You're not playing fair when you sample songs, and this is gonna like connect directly to what we're really gonna talk about today, the main event or whatever. Yeah. Like I got some fucking rockets to let off. But that was my complaint with Meek's album. You use you're using the Getaway sample, you're using the West Beef sample. That's not playing fair, fam, at all. You know what I mean? Look. The beats are still hard. The songs are still hard. But you kind of put the cheat code in with those a little bit too. And as soon as the sample came in on that Tory joint that you're talking about, I was like, damn, this shit's hot. He didn't even say one word on it. I was like, all right, this shit's hot.
Yeah.
It would take a special kind of rapper to fuck up a beat like that.
Like, you would have to be, like, way fucking off kilter and off the beat. And, like you just can't fuck up. Like,
you can under-deliver. I never liked that. You know, like when when we used to record freestyles and shit. You know what I mean? Like and go in on other people's beats and shit. Like I would always kind of judge the song on the stature of it before I pick the beat. Listen, for rappers, supreme confidence is key. But at the same time, you have to be realistic with yourself. You're gonna load up this Biggie beat and do what with it? You're gonna outdo the guy who everybody knows all the words to this song or whatever? No.
It's impossible.
Right. That's always been my thing with that. Yo, let's go in on this beat. No, thank you. You got it. I'm good. No, thank you. Like I just sometimes like there's ways to go in on fire beats that like people didn't destroy. Like when you start to try to go do classic records, God help you if you think you're Lloyd Banks and you probably spit a verse that everybody probably remembers on the same beat too.
Yeah.
That would be the only time where I felt I know those words, like even 50 in the beginning, I know those words to that song before I know the Puff Daddy and Biggie one. That's that. All right, see, I'm gonna get killed now for saying. I'm gonna look back on this and listen to it later and be like, why the fuck did you say
like,
that?
why the fuck?
No, all right. So we're getting on point though. All right, yeah. So you're right. I thought that was one that stood out to me right away.
Yeah.
The intro did as well. Of course, when a song is 16 songs, there tends to be filler and things like that. Pain is a dope joint. I like that one.
Yeah.
I did skip a few, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Like I walked away from this like liking it, but like it was just like, there were songs still where I was just like, that's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me. Letter City 2. Yeah, there's a lot of good songs on there, man. That. Yeah, the joint that I like is the Broken a Minute. I like that one. I seen people use it for memes, and then I heard the song, and I was like, oh, okay. See, that's the one thing I gotta give TikTok and memes and shit like that, is when it's used in the right way, all of a sudden I want to hear the song, and now I like the song.
Right.
That definitely helps. All right. You have anything else to add towards the Tory joint, or we just?
Nah, I mean, you said it all. I mean, it's a good project. It's a long project, so obviously you could cherry pick the joints that you'll go back to. I do that all the time. Like when there's long albums, I kind of like just redact it,
right,
and like make a playlist of the shit that I listen to from the album.
Right.
And I think look, man, at this point, if you could do more than 60% dope on an album that long, then
16 songs, yeah. That's so you're shooting 10 for 16 pretty much.
Right.
And that's not bad. And I would say that that's definitely fair. I would say that's definitely fair.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this album is the next one we're gonna talk about is really good because it's just gonna lead right into the main event or whatever. I mean, you probably have already guessed it if you're listening or whatever, but I'm not gonna spoil it or whatever. Got some shit to say. I swear to God. All right. Is this Conway and Alchemist joint, Lulu? Please tell me that you were just happy with the overall theme of the album, which had clips to one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yes.
And I love that, honestly. And if you don't know, and if you haven't listened, then I'm just gonna tell you, Lulu is a paid in full theme. Lulu is the drug dealer that Lucky, right? Don't call him Lucky. He stumbles across, and that's when he starts everything as well too. So I just like it. It's littered with all that, with all those paid in full, lines and everything as well too. It's something that's like right there in front of your face, but then when it's still presented to you, like it almost seems simple to use paid in full on a rap album, but even still, I still felt that this was used in a way that I was like, wow, this is really a good theme.
Right. And I mean, even at this point, at least we're using paid in full, and we're not going back to fucking Donnie Brasco or Casino or
right. And you're using your own. Right, exactly. We're using our own.
Right.
Right. Exactly. But there's this thing that like, because Alchemist has done this with plenty of people. He's made tapes and albums with fucking Freddie Gibbs, Currency, obviously Prodigy, Mobb Deep, like.
Yeah.
Like the Alchemist is like one of those guys that I feel like nobody talks about in this way, but we need to start talking about in a way of like first ballot Hall of Famer producer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if Alchemist were to jump into one of these fucking battles, who would be somebody that you would want to see him square off with? That it would be fair because I left myself this weekend thinking about all those things and thinking about other ones that I would love to see just because of what we just saw or whatever.
Right.
But you like who like it could even be Alchemist versus Havoc. Y'all could even do that.
Yeah, that would be cool. But Al is so fucking humble, man. Like I saw what someone said to him, yo, you should do one of these with Madlib. And he was like, with Madlib? Are you fucking crazy? He was like, nah, man, I'm not I'm not doing that.
No, it's true. It's true. But that would be a crazy matchup as well too, man. You know, like yeah, but I agree with what I saw the same thing where he was just like, Mather would spank me. He was like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about? You know what I mean? But and that's kind of what we got. Fuck it, we could just not talk about it. That's kind of what we got with RZA and Premier. Like honestly,
yes,
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 whatever. But let's just stay honest. You know, the Griselda dudes are really, really dope, man. Like I really, really, really like this whole thing of like just you doing your own thing at this point. You know what I mean? Like I think that's kind of what hip hop's lost its way a little bit. Like I don't want to get on a tangent or whatever and talk about this, but they make their type of music and they don't really give a fuck.
yeah,
And that's it. And there's
yeah,
a crowd that wants that. You know, there
100%.
is. And I need different. There's subgenres in hip hop. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like you need everything. We
Yeah,
need it all. If you want to do trap shit, do it. You want to do boom bap shit, do it. We need it all. We need it all. We need lyrical shit. We need club shit. We need it all.
yeah,
So these albums, like like I hate when people get put off from these albums because they're just like, oh, that old head shit or whatever. And that's kind of what we're gonna talk about, like with the battle and everything in a sec. But it's like, dude, everybody needs this a little bit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like you need it.
yeah. I mean, look, man. First of all, it's a beautiful thing that we are the genre that has so many fucking tiers and layers. I mean, outside of us, rock is almost there. There are like so many layers of rock. Like there's fucking rock for people that want to like LARP in the forest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we kind of even affected that. Like there's like rock bands with rappers. Like that's our doing.
Right.
So it's a special thing that we have that. And for like people to say this shit is played out or that shit is whack is it's insane, bro. Like this that's one of the things that makes us special and we need to be embracing all of it.
Right.
I've never heard anybody in any other genre say, "Yo, this is the old head shit," or
Right.
"It's like that's crazy."
Right. Off the rip though, my favorite song on the album is Calvin. That's the one that I kept like running back and listening to, man. Like I was stuck in line going to the bank to try to get my fucking my rent check out or whatever, because they're not letting nobody in or whatever. And like I got a chance to listen to this shit because I was in line at the drive-thru. There was like 30 cars or whatever.
Yeah,
But that was the one I kept hitting, rewind on. You know what I mean? Like I have an issue, and I hope it's not just me. Cause like when I get to an album and I start listening to it and I find a song that I really, really like, I want to keep listening to that song.
yeah,
And I feel like it diminishes how I look at other records on the project.
yeah.
Like I'll get 3 songs down and be like, this song's all right. You know what? Let me go back to this shit real quick. And you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I always and I should just finish it and then go back. You know what I mean? But like when I hear a song that I really, really fucking like, if I'm alone in my car, I'm gonna listen to that shit 300 times in a row.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't do that if you were in the passenger seat. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yo, this shit hard. I like this shit. All right, play something else. You know what I mean? I'm not about to be like, I'm running this back. By myself, I'll play that shit a million times.
Yeah.
All right. So I would say that project's like probably 4 out of 5, honestly. Like that,
Oh yeah,
that's
100%.
yeah, like.
But I'm also partial because I really like gangster shit. You know what I mean? So.
Don't we all? I have my times. That's it. You know what I mean? Like we like all the same shit. It's just I have my moments when I'm just like, you know what? This is it. Like, and I'm kind of getting in that mode now because we can just segue right into like, what happened last night.
Yeah.
With the premiere. Hold up, I gotta get my. I'm gonna go full old head on this one, Let me get my green jacket. Do this shit real quick, man.
Got your green army joint.
Yeah. All right. Before we even talk about the music in this,
okay,
what you said about, oh, this is old, this is, played out. Let me tell you young dudes something, and that's it, yo. I'm full old head now. After this battle, I have crossed over. I bordered the line, and now I've crossed over. I have completely crossed over. You show some goddamn respect when you're talking about these records in 2020 Listening to them through an IG live and had me standing up in my living room, listening to this shit like I never heard it before and being excited, rapping every single word. These songs that you make that are trends now, and you guys think that you created music, these songs are timeless. You could never, make songs that'll live on for this long. Ever. Okay? The guys that, and I think this is the part of the disconnect between, I guess our generation, because look, I'm mid-30s. I'm 35. Our generation with this, because I also don't want to get it twisted, because I didn't show the 80s rappers the same respect that I did those guys, because I didn't grow up on that shit. You know what I mean? But I went back and I did the history though.
Right.
That's what these young dudes don't do, man. That's what you didn't do. You know what I mean? Like I got the music that I got. I got hip hop last. I got the music that I got from hip hop from my brother, right? Yeah. And I got what he gave me. All the other shit that I picked up on my own was because I went back and I did the history. And I was like, I gotta hear all this other shit. I was taken with this culture so much that I got it last in my teenage years. Yeah. And it took me over. Like, and that was it.
Yeah.
So like it gets me mad when like these younger dudes, we don't listen to that old head shit. 190,000 people were tuned into this battle.
Yeah.
That shit is not regular. This
No.
is a moment. This is something that I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. This has opened up more questions in the discussion, in the barbershop discussion between these guys. I have friends that, that I'm in this close group chat with, you know what I mean? And we were group chatting the entire time about it. It's if not for a quick sound hiccup, like in the beginning, this shit was incredible, man. Like I'm gonna let you talk because I already got high on the soapbox and I'm doing too much or whatever, clearly or whatever. But I'm just tired of the disrespect. You know what I mean? Like if you don't understand the impact of these records, the impact of these people, the lives they touched, if you don't understand that, then like I feel sorry for you. You know what I mean? Like you really need to do the history, man. Like these guys set you up, even if it's not the subgenre of the game that you're in. Like the game would never be this big without that time period. And also I'm biased because I'm from it. But the 90s, like I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Like all these dudes still sell shows out. So
facts. And nobody called it the golden era for no fucking reason.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like even before rap shifted and we were in the 2000s where there was still Hov still existed in the 2000s. Ye existed in the 2000s. 50 did. And even that point in time, it wasn't considered golden. So let's really like think why this specific period is special.
Right. The other thing is too is like you said, like with the younger guys, and this is like it goes back to my point about me, with me not giving the 80s rappers the respect that they deserve, right? I'm not from that time, right? Everything's better in my time right now, So there's a lot of younger dudes that think that like music started when Kanye West was around.
Yeah.
Like
that'll always exist, and that's just the natural order of it.
Like there's younger dudes that think that Lil Wayne's the GOAT, and why should you not convince them of that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that they don't get, the feeling that we got. If you were 14 and this and hip hop's yours, and Lil Wayne drops the Carter 3, that shit might change your life.
Yeah.
The same way when I was 14. That I would get albums, I would get, go run and cut school to go buy albums and shit and listen to it. That shit would change my life. You know what I mean? Like, this is the best album I've ever heard type shit. Like, so you can't really tell a younger person who's their GOAT. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's what the disconnect comes in with us too and them. Is that they think we're angry because we don't understand. I understand. It's just you guys show a high level of disrespect to guys that you cannot disrespect.
Right.
And you know me, Trills. You know me. I listen to everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't hate on shit. If you want to listen to some ignorant shit, I'm with it. I usually listen to that shit.
Yeah.
Realistically. There was just something about this when watching it and hearing these records that felt different. Like I was just like, oh my god, you know, like it rekindles everything that you loved about hip hop and what you
100%.
know. And for me, it hit me. You know what I mean? So, you know what? Let's just go through the rounds because like I have issues with really, you know, everybody was scoring.
Yeah.
You know, like we tried to keep score as best we could. After a while, we were getting into so many discussions that I'm like, what the fuck is the count now?
Yeah.
Where we at? How many records did they do? You know what I mean? They were supposed to do 20 or something like that.
And they went over 20.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. But they stopped counting, so they did just 20. We'll do the 20 or whatever. The other two, like, I don't even want to include. When he did that Christina Aguilera record, I was like, come on, man. I was like, that's. I get it though. It's against, you know, the song that everybody really knows from them. As crazy as that sounds, that RZA thought Gravel Pit was the song that is the one that is like most well known.
I mean, I guess he wanted to tap a certain market. I guess when they in fucking overseas somewhere.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I guess I get that. But then he went and he played that, and I'm like, y'all wasting songs.
Yeah.
Because my main complaint, I'm just gonna say it off the rip. RZA didn't let nothing sit. RZA didn't have nothing in the stash. He unloaded the box, and that's it. Primo was holding, and he's sitting. He's sitting on joints, and I'm still tight. Like I didn't get it. I'm yelling at the TV. Fucking play full clip. Like I'm like, what you holding on to? You know my steez. Like, what are you holding on to, Militia? You holding on to Right Where You Stand? Like.
Bro,
you holding on to all these records that you could hit back with.
Bro, he played Mass Appeal after his 20th song.
I don't get that. So my complaint, and this goes back to what we talked about in the first episode, song selection.
Yeah.
Come on. Know your catalog. Know what you need to hit back with. So let's start. Look, let's just start. All right, round one. RZA opens up with Liquid Swords. Everybody is like, oh, he just warming up with this shit or whatever. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh shit. See, I started to think about it and like, okay, now I hear the song, I'm already in, but I'm starting to think in Primo's head. I'm like, what are you about to pull to top this? You know what I mean? Like, what are you about to hit back with? And he hit back with something that won, I think. I didn't see him pulling out 1,000,001 to start the shit.
Not that early. Nah.
You know what else too? I have to ask you because I feel like there's an unfair advantage, and this goes back to what we were talking about the last episode. We're producers. Are we judging the beats? Or are we judging the records because the rappers take them further?
Right.
So I want to make sure that I'm very clear when I say this, and I hope that it doesn't get taken any other way. Guru is one of the best rappers ever.
Yeah.
He is not better than any of the top 4 Wu-Tang artists.
No, I don't think so either.
Okay, cool. As long as you agree with me, and if we're gonna take we're
gonna
take the backlash on the internet for saying that.
Nah. From a technical standpoint, the top 4 Wu members rap better technically than Guru does.
Method Man, Ghostface, Raekwon, throw ODB in there. Those guys all carry those Wu-Tang beats better than he did those Premier beats. So that's a little bit of an advantage, you know. I feel like in RZA's eyes when it comes to this, you know, Method Man was walking over records in fucking on 36 Chambers. Yo, it's insane. This man was walking on these shits. Like I'm just listening to it and I'm like, yo, in 2020, I still am blown away by how this man raps.
Bro, I mean, from a writer's standpoint,
correct.
Like sometimes you're like, how the fuck am I go? First of all, not even just on your own song, on a song with a group of other niggas on it, right? You're like, how am I going to open my verse? And he always opens the verse like
the first line draws you in immediately.
It's immediately.
Yo, and RZA, hold on, I'm looking through this because I was fucked up last night when I was watching this shit because I was just getting too loose. Like I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing. I'm just gonna get fucked up while I'm watching this because I'm feeling it good. Like you know what I mean? Like standing up on my fucking front, like watching it from the TV but standing up. Like he didn't even play shadowboxing. I'm like, yo, like, I'm just like, yo, and that's why 20 songs, that ain't enough.
Yeah.
That ain't enough, man. Like, there's too much. And I think that what I walked away with too when I was looking back, is just the diversity of RZA.
Mm.
Because like in the later rounds when he hit back with the dark fantasy, I got
Yeah.
I got I got mad at both of them. Because I was like, wow, I'm mad at you because you're so versatile and you made this. And Kanye, I'm mad at you because you're not the fucking same guy that gave me this. Like,
Yeah.
like it's whatever. It like sent me into a spiral of like just being sad that I'm just like, thanks a lot, asshole. Thanks for like, like thanks for giving us this and then just fucking going the other way or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but I walked away really, 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 really impressed with the versatility of RZA's beats and the artists that he's worked with and stuff like that. So round one, I gave to Primo. So we got him up round 1-0, right? Okay. Bring the Pain. He plays that, and I'm like, damn. I was like, all right, now he's starting to dip into the bag. Like RZA wants to win a round, right? This is it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I didn't like Primo's selection on this, man. The breaking
Yeah.
the. See, that's a dope beat. See, this is the other thing that like there were no whack beats played last night.
No.
Not a one.
No. No. No.
Well, all right, the Christina Aguilera one, cool, whatever. You
I
know what I
mean,
mean?
but it's still
No,
a
I mean,
very
technically,
well produced record. Like, I
I was
mean,
really, I was really kind of thinking that he was gonna take Everything I Am by Kanye as his too or whatever, but he's like,
yeah.
I did scratches on it. See, and then that made me really rethink that Scott Storch joint because if you're just playing keys on somebody else's shit, don't, yeah, yep. So
Yeah.
like we have to like set these rules. Did you produce this or did
Right.
you help produce this?
Right.
And I think if it's either way and you help produce it, unless it's songwriters, if you wrote the whole song, it don't fucking matter. You know what I mean? That's different.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about that, I think that there needs to be some lines set up of like, yo, I produced this entire shit, or I helped on this.
Right.
All right. So Method Man hits Bring the Pain, and then Breaking the Rules comes. I love that MOP beat. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, this is great. But I feel like now it's 1-1.
Yes.
Okay. He plays Maria, number 3. But Primo hits with a haymaker. I did not see him go into that mathematics most joint, and I was like, as soon and I was like, wow, this song is fucking fire. And then
Yeah.
and then he hit with the mathematics joint, and I was like, wow. I was like, he won this round. I was like, that's it. Now it's 2-1, and that
I'm
doesn't
like,
change from last night.
and we already had 2 Primo beats that I did not expect to see so early.
In the first 3 rounds, he's going, he's going certain places, and I'm group chatting with my friends, like I said, and they're like, yo, RZA's wiping the floor with him. And I'm like, yo, are we listening to the same shit? It's all subjective. You know what I mean? But it's subjective, okay?
Right.
All right. Number 4. God damn it, man. These Wu-Tang songs, bro, like, oh my God, man. Like, they're so incredible, yo. Like, all right. Wu Gambinos. You're not playing fair when you start playing Purple Tape songs, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's not fair. It's not fair, bro. But then again, Primo hits back with a B-side.
Yeah.
Like that Big L song is big, you know what I mean? But
Right.
I was like, all right, now we're 2-2.
Yeah.
So now we're 2-2.
Which now I'm like, in my head, I'm starting to go, what the fuck is this? Like, what are they doing, bro?
But see, like I thought it was more just like him. All right. So here's somebody in my group chat brought up a really good point, and I think he's dead on. Rennie.
Yeah.
Okay. Rennie hit me and said, what you like doesn't mean is what he likes. Right? Like you have an idea of what's your bigger songs because of numbers, and that's your bigger song,
Right.
and you gotta play it. But that might not be the one that you hold close to your heart. That like, you know what I'm saying? I really killed this shit. You know what I mean?
But
So
this is what both of us said last time, where you was like, I would think that I would know my catalog, but when you're an artist, you don't know. You feel a special way about something that everybody else might not.
and the shit that I think is the hardest shit, they probably just like that's just alright. It's mid. You know what I mean? Like that's just crazy, right? That's why you get sensitive about your shit. But yeah, that's exactly right. All right, so what is it? We got it at the 4th round. It's 2-2. Okay, that's not bad. Are you counting ties? Because I saw people online counting ties.
I actually have probably a handful of ties, bro.
Cool. I like it. Let's discuss it because you might start to swing this the other way because now I'm really scoring this because I really got to listen to these songs. Like I finally got it to work when I put it on my iPad and it was just like crisp. I was like, oh, thank God. Um, Ghostface hits with Run on a fit and what did he let Jada's verse go?
Yeah, he let it run. It's crazy. And everybody were in the comments too, like, yo, you gotta let this.
Wow. Yeah, that as soon as that's the best part too is like you're going through this like you know what I'm saying and I'm like I said I'm texting with you I'm texting with everybody you know what I
Yeah.
mean I'm texting my brother who's the reason that I like hip hop. This man was sound asleep and he's the reason that I'm into hip hop. The reason that I used to listen to Wu-Tang so much when I was a
Yeah.
kid. Like he's the reason. I got so mad. Like he texted me this morning, yo, I was knocked out. I was so mad. I was furious. I was like, you blew it last night. You had your shot. This was it. This was your time.
Yeah.
So he hits with Run, and then Primo hits back with MC Zach like they don't know. And look, I got my don't be a menace vibes, from it, but that's a dope beat, but that's not it. That's not beating Run.
See, this is where we split, man.
Yeah? Go.
Cause I gave them the tie on this.
Okay, so that's the toss up.
It's
And
one of my
it's
favorite songs from KRS.
probably my favorite.
And I
Because
love that beat.
Step into this world is a little too like mainstream, if
It's
that
a
makes
little poppy.
Yeah, right. So I could agree with you, and this is probably my favorite KRS song. Like, and you know what? Let me take that back. This is one of my favorite, like you said. I need to go back and listen to Criminal Minded and
Right.
and all the other shit. But I could see that being a tie. I just gave it to RZA off the fact that he hit at the right moment. Like he was looking to hit right back, and then he played that shit, and everybody just got when that run beat comes on, you get that stank ass face, like. And
It's
Ghostface
special,
is such
bro.
a good fucking rapper.
Yeah.
All right, so you say it's a tie. So then, all right, so can you keep score while we're doing this? Because I'm gonna forget while I talk. We'll see where we end up at the end.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I've got it. What we're on round 6. So I've got a 3-2 RZA. Me 3-2 RZA. So you got a 2-2-1.
Yeah.
Okay. RZA wins this next round. Come on, he plays. I don't get the song selection. I don't get the song selection. Look, that's a dope song. Das Effects is dope. That was not how you respond to shame. Come on, man. I'm like, what are you giving this round away for like that? You know what I mean? Like, play something.
Right.
All right. So I got it 4-2 RZA now. You got it 3-2-1. Again, the same thing. I got the same complaint right here. RZA gets in the protect your neck bag early. I thought he was gonna hold that. He gets to it early, and then he plays Group Home. Look. Not knocking Living Proof, not knocking that Group Home album because that shit is still hard to this day. Again, not one whack beat was played. It's song selection though, going against this and this, and I have to give this round easily to RZA.
Easily.
This next round though is the one that was really, really controversial in my group chat. Yeah, but I'm gonna say my opinion first.
Okay.
You tell me. So just he plays Cold World. Holy shit, Liquid Swords is incredible, bro. Yo, still crazy. And Premier hits back with Devil's Pot, the D'Angelo joint.
Yeah.
Who won this round, yo?
I struggle with this because it's hard when both of the songs are like kind of equally special, but Devil's Pot like brings me back to a moment that's I don't know how to put it.
Belly?
It brings you right. It drops you right into Belly. It drops you right into Belly.
I got D'Angelo and Premier winning this round. That shit hit out of nowhere, and I can't believe that I would take that right there in that spot against Cold World. My friends were flipping out on me.
Yeah.
They were like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Bro, D'Angelo floated all over that shit.
Yeah,
Like, yo, like that's incredible.
And it's a special moment, bro. Like you see belly scenes, bro.
Yo, you see them taking the bumper off the front, taking the workout. Oh yeah, I see it all. And again, that's the beauty of music. It takes you to moments. It takes you to things that you remember. All right, we're going long because we're in an hour, so let's speed it up a little bit quicker. Damn, I just have so much commentary on this. It's a lot. You know what I mean? You know what? You may have to listen to this in two sittings if we get it, because it don't feel like an hour. All right. He hits back with Method Man.
Yeah.
But he don't play the intro, which is hilarious.
Yeah, right.
Fuck it. I was listening to that, today when I was listening to it. I'm just like, man, you see what I'm talking about? With like, shit's different. Like, you can't get away with saying that shit now. You know what I mean? Or whatever. But all right, Method Man. Again, a curious song selection by Premier just to get a rep. Again, and a fire beat. An amazing song. That's not topping Method Man.
No way.
So, like, again, the song selection.
This is like Preem has to know this, bro.
I hope so. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking. That's what was getting me more mad about it. So I'm like, bro, come on, man. Chill with the B-sides. Just play all your hard shit. We're doing 20 songs. You got 50. Like pristine records before you get into the B-sides.
Yeah.
You know? All right, but again, he probably was feeling it right then. I don't even know what the score is anymore. We'll just go through it, whatever. I'm not even trying to keep that shit no more. Okay. Motherless Child hits, and I'm like, wow. And it's like, yo, like, oh my God, man. Like, again, moments.
Mm-hmm.
Going right back to playing Sega Genesis NBA Live. Listening to this shit loud as fuck. You know what I mean? My brother was drinking a 40 and shit. He would be whipping my ass in live somehow.
Yeah.
But
what was it? Probably what? Live 95 probably?
Yeah, exactly. When the Knicks were good. But yeah, it takes me right back to that, right? And I'm like, wow, there's no way that, Primo's gonna know what to hit back, because he ain't been really hitting back with the right stuff.
Right.
Bro, when you hit back with Reasonable Doubt Hove, come on, man.
A GOAT record, bro.
Come on, man. Like, I was just like, and then it started to dawn on me. I'm a hip hop nerd, right?
Yeah.
Remember everything.
Yeah.
I don't remember all of these records. Like, I was like, yo, I'm about to be surprised going down the stretch of this shit. Keep going. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what songs were produced by who? Shit was crazy, man. Like, it was just like, it was nuts, man. Like, so I was like, wow, he won this round.
Yeah.
Like, give me the Evils over Motherless Child. As crazy as that sounds.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Okay.
Incredible song, man. One of the best songs fucking ever written in the genre.
Okay. RZA was feeling it right then. Because I feel like he kind of felt like he was going to win that round, and he got swiped.
Yeah.
And then he dips back into the purple tape bag.
Yeah.
Yo, Verbal Intercourse. Oh, come on, Mike. Yo, like, oh my God, bro. I don't understand how stupid that song still is. As soon as you hear Nas, I'm just like, bro, like, oh my God. I was like, he's not winning this round. And I think that he tried to hit back with Nas's Light, but it just that's not the same. That's not the same. It's not. It's not. Yeah. I love that record. I know. You know what's crazy about both these records? I know them shit's word for word.
Yeah.
And yeah, he tried to come back. Premier played. Premier stayed in the same pocket, and I like that. Okay, right. I'm gonna play my Nas record. You play your Nas record. Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
This is not fair though. Verbal Intercourse is like a song that, like, if you like put me on a desert island, they're like, you have to listen to this song over and over for the rest of your life. I might be like, you know what? We're all right. We might make it happen.
Yeah. That's RZA's cheat code, man. Purple tape is RZA's cheat code, man.
But like then you start to listen to all the other ones, Liquid Swords, 36 Chambers, Ghostface, Iron Man, like yo, like oh my god, man. Like how many like you're involved directly with some of the best albums of all time.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's next? So he hits with Buck 50, right?
Right.
Supreme Clientele is can be argued as Ghostface's best album. It can be.
Yeah, it can be for sure.
It can
For
be. I
sure.
won't be mad at you if you say Supreme Clientele or if you pick Iron Man. Catch me on a Wednesday and I'll tell you one. Catch me on a Friday and I'll tell you another.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can explain that. So anything off of that already, it's like again, RZA's in this bag of like, it's not fair. You got so much at your disposal, right? But like, Gangstar does too, right? And so does Premier, right? So it's like it feels evenly matched, but I felt like I'm like, oh my god, stop the fight. Like this is now this is gonna start getting out of hand.
Yeah.
And again, I like the Gangstar record, but you didn't win that round.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. So this was an interesting one because I'm gonna be on the other side of this one that I feel like me and you think alike, but I think that we're gonna have differing opinions on this one.
Okay.
So Ice Cream is like one of the best songs of all time, and beats of all time, right? Like it's just like it's incredible. Like a beat that I would never rap on.
Right.
Never. Like when you hear the beat come on, you already know Ghostface you already know Method Man starts and then Ghostface is gonna start the first verse. Like it's just like you hear it in your head. And I'm in my chat because I'm like, you know what? He's losing. Primo's losing these rounds. He's losing these rounds in a row now. He's throwing these rounds away. I'm like, bro, get in the bag. Go to Biggie. Like it's time to go to Biggie. Like just do it. And I've been screaming. I'm like, where's Unbelievable? I'm like, because you know what? While I love all these other records, I love Group Home's record. I love the DOS Effects record. He could have won a round. Off the rip, boom, when Unbelievable comes on. I give this round to Primo.
Yeah.
I just, look, I get if you want to choose Ice Cream over it. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But, yo, I know every single fucking word to... Biggie just bodied that song, and again, the person elevated. Biggie's a better rapper than all of those guys in Wu-Tang.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So he elevated that record above that one. You know what I mean? Again, are we judging beats or are we judging the records with the artist elevating them?
Right.
And in that moment, Unbelievable, I know that shit, like I said, word for word, bar for bar, I can spit that shit a cappella. Like, I know it that well. Like, it's like, Ready to Die was one of the first 2 albums I ever got in my life. Like, so, yeah, I got to say that. I'm like, finally, I was yelling at the TV, like, finally, what happened? Like, where was that?
Yeah.
All right, so you at least feel that way?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. This is a really, really good one too here. I really, really like this. So he dips in the ODB bag.
Yeah.
And he goes and he gets Brooklyn Zoo. Oh man, that Come Clean came on and I was like, and even my group chat at that moment, they were like, oh, this is like one of the best songs or whatever from ODB. And everybody in the group chat was like, oh, shit, I think Primo won this one. And I was like, yes. I was like, again, better rapper or more entertaining rapper, I would say, ODB over J. Rule. But, man, that beat is better.
Bro, the beat is too fucking special, bro. Like, the fucking hollowness of it, bro. Right. It's like Pharrell before Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? It's like grinding before that shit was even thought of. It's incredible.
That shit sounds like a Project Hallway, yo. Like,
yeah.
It's too much. Like that one was too much, and I was like, damn. Again, I'm about to get surprised.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to figure some shit out. So I gave that one to Primo. I got shit on though for saying that. I took a lot of slander for that.
I get it, but it's too special, bro.
That shit hard. That shit is too hard. Like that shit made me want to like go like try to like steal a car. All right. And this is when I start to feel like Primo starts to take this battle over because he's won 2 in a row to me,
Right.
and he makes it 3 in a row because RZA goes to Biggie, and he goes to Long Kiss Goodnight. No, wait. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. He goes to Shimmy Shimmy Ya.
Yeah.
That beat, that loop, iconic, right? And in my head, I'm like, damn. I'm like, he kind of fucked up this round. I don't think he's got anything that's really gonna touch this.
Right.
Primo goes to kick in the door. I was like, wow. I was like, Primo again. Dude, look, I got shitted on for this too. The same thing. Shimmy Shimmy Ya is one of the best hip hop beats of all time. It's a great loop.
Yeah.
The way Primo flipped that sample for Biggie, it's too much. And again, Biggie's better at rapping.
Well, yeah, he easily is, and you can't front on who the fuck thinks I Put a Spell on You could ever fucking sound like that.
He flipped the sample too well.
It's incredible.
That I was just like, Jesus. So then RZA gets into the Biggie bag, and look, you can call me out on this. I swear to God, I had no idea that RZA made Long Kiss Goodnight. I had no idea.
Oh, damn.
I had no idea. And I was like, it was a shock. Even if that's not one of my more favorite records on Life After Death, if that makes any sense. Kicking the Door's on there. That's a better song than that.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. I was like, I didn't know that. That shock value right there was kind of like, okay, now what is Primo going to hit back with?
Right.
Primo hits back with Above the Clouds. Bro, he's winning all these rounds now. Like, he's, like, ahead now, like, to me, man. Like, because he was like, okay, can I play from your spot or whatever? And I knew it. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, Above the Clouds. The company that I work for, one of the songs that they play on a loop is Above the Clouds.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. It's incredible. I'm so happy. I love it. Every time I hear it, I get excited. So, yeah, I've got him winning 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, Preem came out swinging out there.
Right. So this is the middle. This is like the meat of it. You know what I mean? Because you've already felt each other out. Now you're just going off instinct at this point, I feel like. Because him going to the Biggie record was in response to him using his first Biggie record.
Right.
Okay. Ooh, man, this is way closer than I'd like to admit. I really, really, really had to say that. But Assassination Day came on, and good God, man. I rolled on the bike, I spoke at Joe Frazier, the Hellraiser. See, like, all these songs, they immediately, I understand what's the first, like, few bars off it. It's iconic. It's on Iron Man. Don't Be a Menace soundtrack. Everything, right? Primo hits back with fucking Illmatic.
Come on,
hit
bro.
Back with New York State of Mind.
Come on,
like,
bro.
Come on, man. Like, look, and this is a whole other debate that I think we should do on other shows and things like that. Like, we should revisit like what's classic albums. I'm of the mind myself that Illmatic is the greatest hip hop album of all time. I'm also of the mind that that's not my favorite album of all time. If that makes any sense.
No, it does.
Okay. Like again, just because it's not like something that like hits me, because that album hits me. You know what I mean? But it's like I have other albums that I'd rather listen to, but I understand the impact. I understand how good it is. I understand. Right. And for you young motherfuckers, I'm sorry. Nas wrote that shit when he was 16, 17 years old, man. Like, Y'all do not understand how prolific this young man was, man. And, like, when y'all start to call people old heads, listen to yourself rap at 16, 17 years old. Get back to me, and we'll check on who's better.
Word.
So, this one was really close for me. Like, I wanted to lean Assassinations Day. I really did. But I gave that as Supremo again, man. New York State of Mind, it's too much, man. It's too much now.
It's too iconic.
God, I'm sorry.
It's too no. That's all I have to say is that it's just too iconic. The shit is the shit literally, I mean, the title gives it away. I mean, it's literally it describes a whole fucking state and area. And it sounds like it. You can't beat it.
No, I agree. Like I said, that kind of comes into the conversations that I have with people about music. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a favorite for you to know that it's the best or the better
Right.
than something else. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to be a little bit more objective. Like I understand, I get it. You know what I mean? Like I can listen to that album, obviously straight skips, no skips or whatever. Like it's just not my favorite. You know what I mean? Like it's not my favorite. There's albums that I had that I skip songs on that, you know what I mean, I listen to more. But
Yeah.
I understand. Okay. So RZA wins this next round. He drops the criminology. Look, and I love DWYCK. I love it.
Classic.
But nah, come on. That wasn't it right there.
I mean, bro, Purple Tape, bro. What the fuck?
How many? Play the album. I was like, yo, start the shit and play it. I was like, who wouldn't want that at this point? Like, it's all those records, man. And it's all those things that are like I said, listened to over and over and over and over when I was younger. And it's like, still to this day, maybe it's a little bit of biasness because or being biased because of the time period and because of me, connecting with it in that way. But I feel how I feel, man. Like, it's just like these songs will never be whack to me, ever.
Well, we all felt that way, bro. Like, fucking rap changed after the Purple Tape.
Right.
Everybody that was a rapper followed the Purple Tape.
Look, man, what did we review last episode? J Electronica and Hove? Ain't that Purple Tape shit?
Yeah. Yep.
Nobody had nothing to say when Raekwon dropped his debut album featuring Ghostface Killah and they were both on the cover.
Word. Let's talk about it.
Just take music for what it is. Who gives a shit if it's just one guy or whatever? All right. So I gave it to RZA here. I had to. And then I give the next one to RZA too, man. That's not fair, man. That's not fair. You're sitting on incarcerated Scarfaces and we're 19 rounds in.
Bro, you don't even have to play Incarcerated Scar. Just play the fucking intro. Like, just play the fucking talking of the intro. It's crazy, bro.
Man.
It's one of those songs, bro, that, like, makes fucking hair
stand up. Like, it's crazy. Like, I again, I remember the first place I was when I heard it. My brother made me a tape of the shit or whatever so I could play in my, like my little tape player and shit. Like, yeah. Yeah. Also, by the way, let's just get this on the record because I think it should be said. The Purple Tape is the best Wu solo album.
Yeah.
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 Ghostface has the better catalog.
Yeah.
And he's the best artist of all of them.
Yeah.
But Raekwon has the singular best solo album with Purple Tape.
Definitely.
Okay. So Primo hits back with the Boom joint, Royce the 5'9's like first joint when he was signed to Tommy Boy when he first started. Like, look, yo, I don't want to sound in my voice like I was downplaying it, but I was like, that ain't gonna do it.
Nah.
Not that one.
Not against a Purple Tape.
No. That should have been one of your warm-up joints.
Yeah.
I would have rather seen you play that over the Das Effects joint against Shame on you would have lost, but it would have been way closer.
Yeah.
All right. So RZA, hits with the method, the All I Need with MJB.
Right.
Premier's not playing fair when you fucking pull out 10 Crack Commandments. See, I feel like he had another record that could have beat that, and he went to hold that one for later on. You know that RZA's sitting on his shit.
Yeah.
And that's what? That's round number. That's 20. That's supposed to just be 20.
Right. Which I feel like he had already planned 10 Crack Commandments to be his last song.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
Oh, it's the 20th one.
Yeah.
So in this if he planned all that in this playlist that he came up with, because it seemed like when he was on there, he was like, all right, let me look, or whatever, because he started, and so maybe he went in with a plan. Maybe he went in with a plan. And everybody has a plan until you start, getting hit, and you're like, oh, no, this ain't gonna work this time. You know what I mean?
I honestly feel like more than anybody that's battled on Instagram recently, more than any of them, RZA and Primo went into this and maybe had planned not to take each other's heads off.
See, because doesn't it feel like they were both holding back?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the question I have to pose to you. 20 songs in, right? Let's say you ran through your playlist and you were like, these are the 20 joints I'm gonna run. You left Mass Appeal out. You left Represent out. You left Friend of Foe out. You left So Ghetto out. Like, you left all these songs out. You left Full Clip out of the whole shit. I didn't hear that shit not once.
Yeah. Which to me seems like I'm leaving these out so that you can get this block that you'll dominate.
And then I'm gonna come back and swing back on you.
Right.
Because it was a love fest. Let's and that's fine. You know what I mean? I don't want people to like be battling and hate each other.
That's what I expect from men of their stature, right?
Right.
To be like, yo, you were great. You are great. I am great. You did this, I did that, and we both are kind of evenly matched.
Right. And a lot of respect for both of them because they were so gracious like that. I think they both understood who they were. And like you said, his stature, like it's just like, like I have no issue, like if I'm an artist or whatever and somebody's dope, that's how we met. You know what I mean? Like if you're dope, like it's just like I don't care that like giving you that sort of shine doesn't diminish me in any way or whatever. Like it's not and why wouldn't you want to work with dope people?
Yeah.
All right. Where are we at now? Okay. So Primo wins that one too. All right. Cream comes on and come on, man. It's really hard to beat that, bro. And again, we're in our 21st record. So if RZA was going on a 20 record thing and he was doing it, he left Cream out. Got it. I got it, bro. So Cream goes off and I'm just like, come on, man. What the fuck are you going to do with that? Like, what you going to do with that? Mass Appeal is like a top 15, top 20 hip hop beat of all time.
Yeah.
It's not Cream though.
It's not Cream.
I'm sorry, man. Like that's just not like
it's just not
right. It just went the other way on that one.
Yeah.
I feel like I was just like that's too big. That's too big.
Yeah.
I don't think that Primo himself had a joint that could be Cream. That's the other thing.
No.
But then you gotta start going back into his catalog though and starting to really look because remember Primo's been fucking producing forever.
Yeah.
But I don't think he had a record in there. Like you know what? He could have hit back with 10 Crack Commandments there.
That would have been more suitable, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. The Evils, something like that, maybe. But Mass Appeal is a top 2-3 Gangstar record, depending on the fast.
Yeah. For me, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's the one that I think of probably the quickest. Like when I think of Gangstar, and I start to hear their songs in my head. Like when you start to mention them, like that's probably one of them. Like right off the rip that I think of. I can hear it right now.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Come on, man. Like again, RZA, you like not playing fair at this point, man. Again, another one of those songs that you can hear the people rapping on it. The first words to it. And then he hits back with Crooklyn Dodgers, and it's like again, that's a classic record. That's a but no, not that one. That wasn't it. So RZA starts to not play fair. This is where RZA pulls away, I think. And if you're starting to get the theme of this, I think that at this point I have to kind of lean RZA a little bit, but we're gonna get closer to it when I start to really go through these songs because at the end it got a little foggy because we could take that one record out. We could even take Gravel Pit and the Christina Aguilera joint out. Let's take that one out because I don't feel like that is that's not a fair thing to judge. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
All right. So Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with against Crooklyn. They got that. He starts to not play fair, and he plays Dark Fantasy. Can I get much higher? Ring off. Again, I get instantly upset. I get instantly mad. Like, off the, just like, I'm like, oh my God, I hate you so much. Like, you gave us this, and then you fucking, like, dipped. Like, you're just like, you're a weirdo now. And, you know, he has a Kanye record. He could have played Everything I Am. I feel like that would have stood up better.
I feel like he should have played it, honestly.
Yeah. I would have rocked with it. I would have counted it as both or whatever, honestly, on there. But classic is the Air Force One joint that he came out with. Kanye rapped his ass off on that shit. I remember too. Still, like I was like, oh, this is the shit, but I was like, nah.
Yeah.
You know, like this is another RZA one, and again speaks to his versatility. Dark Fantasy is such a, like, when you listen to that record, you don't think RZA. Like when you hear certain drums and you hear certain patterns, you know, okay, that's Timbaland, that's Swiss, that's Dre, you know, that's this guy, you know what I mean? Like, you know those.
Yeah.
I feel like if you didn't tell me, or if I didn't read the credits from Dark Twisted Fantasy or whatever, I wouldn't have fucking known that.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Now he plays Triumph. Come on, man. What you gonna hit back with now on Triumph? Can you like literally spit Inspector Deck's verse perfectly?
100%.
Yeah, that's too easy. Triumph goes off, and then he goes back to Illmatic, and he plays Represent. So it depends on how you swing on this one. I'm gonna let you start. Like you go. I've just been talking my ass off. I'm like,
I went with the draw on this one, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to. I mean, for a while I was like, Triumph is it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the fucking verses are too iconic. But so is Illmatic, bro. I mean, this is where, like, a couple of these songs is where you see how fucking evenly matched they are, and how both of them producing at the same time brought the coast back. You know what I'm saying?
If you want to keep ties, you can keep ties on about 17 of these records.
Yeah.
Honestly. You know, if not for some poor song selection, I feel like on Premier's part, then you really, really, really get to see how evenly matched it is.
Right.
But anybody who knew that. Anybody who really knows that. You know, like it's I saw a lot of people, this guy's gonna watch this guy no matter what. If you thought Premier was gonna watch RZA, or if you thought RZA was gonna watch Premier, I would have not.
What people have been listening to if they think either one of them can watch the
other. Yeah, there's just too much. It's too much. You know, like, and that's really what I look forward to on this. It's just like, we're never really gonna settle this shit because, again, it's all opinion or whatever. But like, damn, man, like, it was just a fucking amazing night. So let's run through these last ones. So RZA made a misstep here. He played one of the songs off the new Lost Tape joints. I'm sorry. I am on record. And look, again, the best hip hop album of all time is Illmatic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like a lot of Nas albums, and this one is included. Whatever. Roast me. Everybody's gonna go nuts.
Nah, bro, because anybody saying that Tenasia is it, they gotta be lying, bro.
I was like, what song is this? I was like, is this unreleased, new Nas or whatever? And then I remembered that it was on that. Like, I actually did listen to that, you know.
Yeah.
And, stop it, man. He went to Friend or Foe. Come on, bro. Like, what are we talking about at this point, bro? And where was this earlier?
Yeah, right.
Friend or Foe, man. State your biz. God.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I'm about to load up Tidal, because Tidal, look, all right, whatever. I'm like giving people like props or whatever, but they got Streets is Watching on there.
Word.
I was like, I'm about to watch Streets is Watching right after this.
I need to see Hov pulling up at the motel, bro.
You nervous? Don't do that. Like, all those things, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is too easy. That one's too easy for Premier, honestly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This one is really, really interesting. But it's gonna you probably already know where I'm gonna lean with this next one.
Mm.
But it's yours is like Machine Gun Rap for my like you already know that off the rip, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, this one's gonna be tough to like top. Premier goes back to Hove and he does it so ghetto, and I'm just like, oh my! I was like, I never thought that I would be able to say this in this moment right now. I was like, that is a better beat song than It's Yours. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
And again, the rapper on the song elevates it.
Yeah.
Jay fucking walked all over that.
Bro, come on, man. Jigga, man, you risk take the do-rag off.
Yo,
This is crazy.
Oh my God. I just, when he went to it, I was like, all right, yeah. I was like, wow. I never thought I would say that. Because you know what? If you would have asked me on another day, I'd have probably been like, nah, chill. It's yours. Is better than So Ghetto. And then when I heard it right then, I was like, ooh, man. I was like, nah, man. I was like, that's too much. And then you listen to Jay over it or whatever. Jay's a better rapper. I'm sorry, again, or whatever. Everybody's about to get mad.
And you know what, man? Like, the weirdest shit, like it just takes me to like yeah, bro. We talking about Hove in the Yankee Cap era, bro. We talking about Yankee Cap era. Pulled all the way down. We talking about Primo putting the pigeons in his edited versions of songs. It's just a special time, bro.
Was that the last Primo Hove record we've gotten? Yes, I think so.
Is it?
I think it is.
If we're not counting Watch the Throne, right?
That Primo wasn't on it, though. I thought that was a RZA joint. Because RZA ended with that. Oh, well, they did. That's not on this list.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So, look, all right. So, look, real quick.
It's RZA and Pete Rock on
Watch the Throne. Yes. Because Pete Rock made the Joy beat.
Right.
Oh, my God, yo. I hate you, Kanye West. Why the fuck did you do this, yo? Every time we talk about a dope Kanye album, I get tight. God. Oh, my God. That gets me so mad, yo. You're an asshole. All right. So we'll skip over the mainstream one because we're done right after this. So
yeah.
RZA gets into A Better Tomorrow. Premier plays probably my favorite Nas record of all time.
Yep.
I know all the words to I Gave You Power. My mind was blown as a fucking kid when I listened to it or whatever, and I understood exactly like what was going on. See, here's the thing that I'm gonna give Nas over everybody because everybody has their preference on storytellers, right? Okay, all right, so him and Biggie, I'm never gonna be able to say that he's better at storytelling than Biggie, right? I feel like Biggie gave it to you in a way that was just the hood way to look at it, but it just was clear. Like the story was clear always.
Right.
We understood what you're talking about. Nas came with a more intellectual way of doing it.
Right.
And remember, he made I Gave You Power on It Was Written, and then he did Rewind on Stillmatic.
Yep.
And again, while Nas is not my favorite, conceptually, this is one of the best songs of all time. Like, and just the way that Nas is able to get the whole point across on all the verses, it's just not seen. It's just not seen, honestly. And that's not the song that gets the most shine on It Was Written.
Right.
It Was Written is his second best album to me. Look, when I go back and I listen to Stillmatic, I don't feel the same way I felt about that shit.
Right.
There's a lot of songs that I'm just like, this song's not that good.
Yeah.
For anybody to say that album is better than The Blueprint,
yeah, that's a stunt.
You either just really like Nas or you really don't like Hove.
Niggas are still caught up in that battle, even though they friends now.
Look, they friends now. Look, and Nas won. Cool. Nas won the battle. Who's the better artist? Jay's won the war.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Whatever. We went on some old other shit or whatever. But all right, look, this is the last thing we should end with because you brought it up. He went to Watch the Throne. He played the joint where what was it called? New Day.
You did.
Where they're talking to their kids and shit or whatever. And then you know what gets me tight? You listen to Kanye on that. And I'll raise my son to be Republican just so they can say they like white people.
Yeah.
Yo, like, you really pissed me off, Kanye. Like, you really fucking get me mad now that I started thinking about shit, bro. Like, that shit gets me tight, man. Wow. I get upset because I feel like you robbed us of something that we thought you were.
Yeah. Yep.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And it hurts me to say that. It really does. Like, I'm not taking any pleasure in saying any of that. Whatever. But all right. Hour and a half. I kind of thought that we might go a little bit longer because when we start to deep dive into these. So who do you feel like came out the victor now? Like, you know, like honestly, towards the end, like I started to lean RZA again. In the beginning, I started to feel like it was Primo with some of the records and stuff. It's too close to call, man. Like just so many of these songs.
Yeah. I give it the draw. I know people don't want to hear that, but
let them do it again. Play full clip. Go in your other. Yo, you guys have been producing for 25, 30 years.
They got plenty of bags to go into, bro.
Keep going. That's what I'm gonna get me mad. Yo, you want to keep going? The fuck are y'all doing? Keep going. Like y'all don't gotta stop. All right. Yeah, let's just end it. I guess then. An hour and 35 minutes. As usual, a beautiful discussion. I feel like you know what I mean. We kind of have the same thought process, but we do view things differently, and that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
So plug your shit. You got your new shit that you know needs a pre-order. Plug everything. Go.
Oh yeah, 100%. Trill Dollar, me and Dollar Ben's first collaborative project that will be out Cinco de Mayo. You could go and pre-order that right now on iTunes. I still got a couple gifts that I could give away to the people that pre-order if you get it in now. And y'all will definitely dig this, man. It's going to be hard.
I'm excited. I can't wait. And, I mean, that's it, right? That's all you have going? Like, I'm surprised.
For right now.
Right. Yeah. Even in quarantine, you got shit coming out. Got it. I'm excited, man. No, I just wanted to make sure that you got that out there.
Appreciate it.
And yeah, I mean, for myself, like honestly, it's just gonna be really this. But for anybody who, likes sports specifically, I would say more football than anything. I've been doing a lot of writing with that. Keeping in mind nimble, watching a lot of draft film on college players and things like that. Just trying to figure out, we're actually gonna have an NFL draft, which is like a relief because like I feel like I don't know myself with no sports. I have no idea what to do with myself right now. No baseball, no football. Like I wasn't even that big fan of basketball, but if they bring basketball back in a safe way, God, man, I would be all over that shit again.
Yeah.
Man. I just don't know myself without sports. That's weird.
It's crazy.
It's like if you take away hip hop or sports, like I'm just gonna be like, I don't get it. Like, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
But yeah,
we shouldn't be dragging this out. It's off. It's going off the rails. But did you see that Christian Dawkins fucking documentary?
Christian Dawkins?
This is this dude that was that got caught up in like the NCAA scandal and shit.
What is it on?
HBO.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't.
You gotta see that, yo. It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So look, let's save maybe 5-10 minutes right now. We'll do this or whatever. You got recommendations for things that you've been watching? Because I just started The Outsider on HBO, which is that shit is crazy.
It's crazy.
I'm at a point where I kind of think I know what's gonna happen, but it's like shrouded in mystery. The whole thing is really good. You know what I've been watching? You watch Dave?
Yeah.
Yo, that shit is good, man. I can't lie, man. It's good, man. Lil Dicky, I always felt like Lil Dicky had more to offer than what people were taking him for or whatever. Like, I think that he first of all, he can rap. But second of all, I think that he's really funny because when you listen to these songs of storytelling that he has or whatever, like, they're funny and they're relatable. Like, he's real talented. Like, I'll give him that, man.
Comedy writing is definitely his thing.
Yeah, definitely. And he linked up with one of the guys who helped with Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So that helps. It has like that kind of vibe to it. By the way, if If you haven't, Curb Your Enthusiasm is like one of the best shows of all time. Like
100%.
and there's 10 seasons of it. Like I wish right now in this quarantine time that I never watched Curb Your Enthusiasm
Yeah.
because I would sit and run through that shit. Like I would not leave the couch, bro. Like especially this season. This season was really good. But you got
Yeah.
others?
What happened?
You got other ones?
Yeah, I mean, it's slightly more serious and not funny or anything
That's
like
good.
that,
That's good.
but the Plot Against America, I would say people should watch that. And
What's
it's
that about? Tell me about that.
so it's just about a Jewish family in Newark at the time. This is probably the 40s, I want to say, and they're just like going through the changes of living amongst Nazis, and Lindbergh is running for president, which actually didn't happen.
Right. So all right. So it's like an alternative take because that's what I thought I saw too, and I was like, wait a minute, is this like rooted in reality or is this like something to take on it, like The Man in High Castle?
Right. So it's a mix of fiction and non-fiction, but really, really good.
Okay, so yeah, I was thinking about like checking that out. Like in this tough time, like it's hard to like watch stuff that's serious. I try to watch stuff that's a little bit more funny.
Yeah.
Like I still haven't seen Parasite, and it's on Hulu, and like I want to watch it so bad.
Yeah, me too.
I just don't know if I want to be freaked out right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, I guess we can end it there. So, Trills, tell them where to follow you on everything.
Trills on everything. Trills with an S, no Z.
No Z. Yeah, and if like I said, my Twitter is basically more football oriented. Like it's just like like it's all football really. But you can follow me on there, Jason Aponte 2103. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. I mean, I guess I'm gonna start promoting it on there because I feel like I do have a group of people that follow me that like hip hop.
Yeah.
And it'll work on there. So I'll throw it on there. Let's just see. I mean, I just feel like the majority of the people that follow me on there are just the football stuff. Like they just want to post like football clips and shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week. I'm sure there's gonna be more to talk about, more IG battles to be had, right? We're gonna do we doing this Soldier Boy and Bow Wow one. Like who's gonna take it? That's a question I definitely don't need answered. I'm just joking.
Nah.
Yeah. All right. Well, for Jay, Trills, we out of here.
Yep.
All right, word, bro. All right, man. I'm gonna upload everything. I got you. I'll tag you and everything. So give me a second here. So yeah, man, you're good, bro. You can rest up and everything. Thank you, man. That went well.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, bro. We'll talk or whatever during the week, but I'm gonna post it immediately. I'm gonna start getting it out there. Once it's uploaded, it'll just hit everything else. So.
All right.
All right, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Same, bro.
All right, bro.
Later.
Later.